Good morning, good afternoon. Today we're going to do the next guy on the outline, and he'll be the next to last person. I think I told you I'm going to add a third person. So today we're doing Maslow, and if you look at your outline, it's on the last page there. Sorry, shuffling around here. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, page 8. 8. This is Abraham Maslow right in the middle of the page there. He was kind of the one that popularized a lot of this third force. There's what I told you about yesterday. But he's most famous for what's called the hierarchy of needs. And on on your module, there's a little link that says hierarchy of needs and self-actualizing or peak experiences, something like that. There'll be 2 links. One of them will have the hierarchy of needs and talk about peak experiences. The other one will have to do with self-actualizing people, which is the top of the pyramid. So I'm going to go through this very quickly because the written stuff is pretty good, actually, I think. I'm just going to show, it's going to look something like this, okay? And if you see this, there you got 5 levels, and basically you're building from the bottom to the top. So like a pyramid, you have to have this in place to put this in, and so on. It's like anybody that's ever built anything. Okay, but basically it has to do with different needs. And the higher you go, the more mentally healthy you are. And I've put all this on this sheet. So basically you got physiological, so think about food and water and shelter and things. You got safety needs, security, freedom from fear. Think about this. Think about this in during this COVID stuff. Most of you hopefully are good here. Here, some people freak out so that they can't worry about other stuff. But the more relaxed you are, then you move up to the next belonging and love needs. So whether that is family or friends or lovers or whatever it is. And then you move into self-esteem needs, which is your next one. And this is more, achievement. This says mastery, recognition, respect. Think about your job or something you're good at. This typically, not everybody reaches this. Not everybody reaches the third, I suppose even the second one. If you think about homeless people, or starving children in Africa kind of thing. But here's self-esteem, where you're achieving things, and then finally you reach what is called self-actualization, where you are kind of beyond the job or whatever. You pursue things that you're good at, pursue things that you've always wanted to pursue, and you let your inner creative self come out and fulfill the self, whether it's through expression or through building things or whatever it is. But again, once you're up here, then great things can happen. This is generally the most mentally healthy person. Not everybody reaches this. And again, your pages are going to have explanations of this, how you get there, how you stay there, kind of. Think about those terms. And then what can happen with self-actualization. And the main thing that can happen there, that's like the ultimate of all this stuff, is what he called a peak experience. And read through that on those sheets, and if you have questions, just let me know. I can do another lecture explaining or whatever, but otherwise it's going to be pretty quick. The other thing I'll tell you about Maslow is that he got a lot of his theories, and this isn't real scientific, but he got a lot of his theories looking at people in history who he thought were like cream of the crop. Think about people like Da Vinci and Michelangelo and Jefferson, Einstein. Why were these people so great? Even though they had problems, but why were they so great? What made them so great? And this is how he basically came up with this. And it's fun to talk about for most people. It's nice to aspire to, but there's not a lot of hard data to support it, and that's one of the things that people criticize about the third force, about humanism. So that's it. Nothing else. I'm going to make another quick lecture on the third guy, and then we'll be done with this section and ready to move on to you'll have another exercise bit ready to move on to disorders, which should be interesting. All right, see ya.